Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wet and Wild and Wonderful West Virginia. This is Biblical Prepping. I'm Judith Garten, and this is a prepper portion. If you've been watching this snowstorm, I can't remember her name. Never like when they give them names. Never ends well. Anyway, here I am outside. Jim's out front. Our front door is frozen shut. Back door, thank goodness, wasn't frozen shut. It is actually about 36 out right now. It is raining. It is not freezing raining. It is raining. So we're taking advantage of this while the power is also out. And we are doing a few things. One, cleaning up the steps as best as possible. The ice is only a thin layer on top of the snow. We got about 12 inches of snow so far. Winter weather warnings and watches are still in effect until Tuesday, the 7th of January, 2025, as of right now. So anyway, grill is frozen, but we might be starting that up to get some brunch after we get done with this. Know your limits. My limit is I am not shoveling this snow and ice. However, I am shoving it. I will be shoving it off the deck under the railing. Love that our railing has just enough room to shove the snow and ice through. I'll be taking care of that so that we have access to the back door, full access, and it will open continuously. Jim is out front using a new tool that we have. I'll take a picture of that in a little bit, stick it in. It is a flat ice shovel. It's small, but it should be able to take care of some of the ice on the railings and steps out front. And I'm moving out there in a bit to help with my handy shovel. So updates as they come along. While shoveling, I filled 3 pots with snow and ice. They'll be going in the refrigerator to keep things cold in there. And we're praying the power comes back on soon. I did report it with the first flickering. Didn't wait this time till it was fully out. It took about 4 hours before it fully went out. So my actual hope is that it is them and they turned it off. The utility workers. Our prayers are with them because good grief. Water, ice, snow, and our kitties. Thank you all for praying for the kitties. They have been through the worst of the storm so far, and both were fine. Came to eat this morning, so they've had some munchings. And this is what we're dealing with. You can hear the crunching of the snow as I head out front. Pretty sure nobody's coming to deliver packages today. Okay, so we're back inside. Jim's going to go out and start the grill. We put 2 pots of ice in here. I'm actually probably going to go outside in a bit and shovel more ice into those 2 empty pots. Closing this now, we've got eggs and milk in the cooler with ice from outside. And also we have cottage cheese that we just bought. So it's in there, and a couple of other things just to keep them colder than the refrigerator. But I also did put, and I'm only going to show you this for a second, so take a quick look, a pot of ice in the fridge. We do have 1 more gallon of milk in there, but always remember what I said about our 2018 storm. Look, guys, you don't have to go out on the road. Sorry for the squeaky bolt. You don't have to go out on the road. You don't have to drive anywhere. You need ice right there on the railing and all over the deck. Is this going to be ice you want to eat? No, definitely not. But it will keep your food cold if you have to. So there you go. Need more? Knock down the trees. Look at that. It'll land right in your buckets or pots. And then you can just put it in the freezer. For right now, I'm keeping the freezer closed. But I am going to go out in a bit and get more ice. That is how you get through an ice storm. And like I said, this one has a name. They shouldn't be giving storms names all the time now. It seems like they get worse when you name them. I'm joking, of course. I don't believe in magic like that, but it sometimes makes you wonder. So on that note, I'm going to get into my tea And Jim's going to cook. I've got some leftover pizza, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biblical Prepping Ice Storm 2025 Part 2. Yes, she has a name. And I always joke that when they give them names, they behave badly. The minute they name them, it seems they get out of control. It is 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we got notice from our power company that we will be without power possibly till 8 p.m. on the 8th. That is Wednesday. There is no way we could get out if we wanted to. The roads are very icy. I was surprised the mailman actually came today, delivered packages. Came twice. So there's that. FedEx hasn't shown up yet with my cheese powder or my extra virgin olive oil. I really wish they would have come the other day when they claimed there was a weather emergency when there wasn't. So there's that also. But we do have plenty of things here. The refrigerator, I will tell you, is with 1 pot of ice in it. And it's a good sized pot. I can't remember whether it's how many quarts it is. I'll try and find that out when I edit the video in a day or so and let you know. I might even try and edit this tomorrow if I get enough of a charge on my phone. I might just try and edit it. So the refrigerator is maintaining 41.5 degrees, which is excellent. It is keeping the vegetables fresh, and we do have 1 gallon of milk in there that is needs to get into the cooler as soon as possible. There's a little bit of milk still in 1 jug, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. I might just take it out and dump it in the garden. It's just a tiny little bit in the bottom. Garden needs some calcium anyway. Let it soak through the snow. It'll be a slow go. As you can see, I'm in front of the fire. Now, our fireplace is not a heat or for heat fireplace. It is for atmosphere. However, it does keep this area of the home warm. We are really grateful because it is maintaining a 65-degree temperature here in the house throughout the day, even though we've been without heat since 10 a.m. or roughly 10 a.m. That's about when the electricity went off and stayed off. It was flickering in the morning. I have a pointer for all of you. Please check your electric company, because ours now has the ability to report outages before they go out. Before your power goes out, we have the ability to report to our electric company if we have flickering. Oh gosh, I forgot all the other reasons, but there are things that happen that give you a heads up and a warning, because we know what our area is like. We know that on the road to town, there are trees that are leaning, and there are branches that already were on wires. Even if you report them and they can't get out to cut them before a storm comes, you are aware of the fact in advance that there may be a hazard when your next storm comes through. Keep an eye on those things. Either make a mental note of them or make a note in a notebook of these little things. And if the power goes out or you start to see flickering or some of the other things, check your power company's website. Go to their outage page. See what they will allow, because our power flickered at 10 after 5. I was actually getting ready to go work out on the exercise bike, and I did a few things in the kitchen first. Around 5:30, it started flickering again, and when I was on the exercise bike, it went off and stayed off for a minute or two, and I said, that's it. That's 3 times. I'm calling. So I went ahead, and I didn't actually have to call. I went to the website through my phone, just logged on real quick. Our power had already come back on, but those are warning signs that there's a problem between you and somewhere else where you're being supplied your power. So notify them. Let them know. Let them know. They also ours will allow us to report if we see hazards on the lines. So if we see branches that are clearly in danger, and I did not know that. Had I known that, I would have contacted them in advance. We could have possibly, maybe, not sure, avoided some of the outage we have now. But go to your power company, check it out. I was so happy to see that this morning. I knew they were adding things. I reported flickering a few weeks ago. They came out and it was fixed before there was any outage. So, and always remember, please keep the utility workers in your prayers, because they are out there doing a job in the crappiest weather. We are right now getting another 2 to 6 possible inches overnight. Yay. Normally I love snow, and I'm sorry. This year I am so done with winter, and it just started in December. My daughter's laughing at me. She says, you say this every year, but usually I wait a little bit longer than this before I say I'm done. This is actually our 3rd threat of ice storm. The first one didn't amount to much. This one is much worse. When I went outside this morning, it looked like about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of ice. Actually, it wasn't quite so thick. When we got to cleaning up the deck in my other video, or the decks, both of them, we noticed there wasn't nearly as much ice as we thought there was. It was really only about 1/4 inch. So, but that is dangerous. And so get prepared. I made a list of things that we didn't have on hand. Things like instant coffee will come in handy if you cannot heat up water. We're going to be cooking soup in a bit in the fireplace in a pot. I need a better pot. I really do. But I have soup from the freezer. Took the soup out of the freezer. Our freezer is maintaining 31 degrees, which I absolutely think is wonderful. I may have to put ice in there come morning, but as long as we don't open it anymore tonight. I did take the soup out already and some meatballs to go in the pasta fagioli. So we got that. So we will be ready to rock and roll for dinner. We're going to put it in over the fire. I'm not sure which pot to use yet. I might just use a saucepan. The saucepan heated up water a little while ago very nicely next to the fire. Just left it there for about 40 minutes and it heated it up really wonderful. And Jim was able to wash up the few dishes we used for breakfast. So that's it so far. Keep us in your prayers. I want to put together a list for you of things that we forgot we should get on hand, like paper plates, plasticware. Those are some simple things. You should have those on hand for such a time as this. We used all of ours during the summer during barbecues, and I forgot to restock. We have plasticware, but we don't have paper plates. We have paper bowls. We do have those. I don't know how well they're going to work with the soup tonight, so we'll see, and I'll let you know about that if we ended up using them or not. And other things that we would like to have on hand are things like instant coffee. If we can find a good coffee creamer that is not a chemical pile of goop, if you have any suggestions, make sure you leave them down below in the comments. I'd love to find out if there's any options. I also do know that we need to get on hand some more things like powdered milk. We have to have that on hand. Powdered heavy cream, now they have that. Powdered sour cream, things like that. And remember, if you're in the middle of an outage, start with the most spoilable foods first in your refrigerator or freezer. Eat those first. I am waiting to see how long the power outage lasts. I may be dehydrating frozen vegetables again come Thursday. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, stay warm, be blessed, blessings, and shalom.